sorry, miss. I thought you lost your balance.
Please let me go.
Are you all right?
Just get out of my way. And she ran right towards you.
No, no way. There's no woman go by here that looks like your sister with long blonde hair.
Well, she had it pulled up in a cab.
Ah, terrific. Now she tells us.
Well, I told you to grab anybody who looked anything like her.
You chill out, darling. I'm not going to grab every woman that walks out of this store.
Now, look, is it possible she may have gone back into the store?
No, Robert, it's impossible. I've seen every woman's face that went in and out of the store in the last 5 minutes. There was nobody that looked like your sister. Now, what are we going to do now, Kimasabi?
Yes, hello. I'm calling about a Dr. Katz. Yes, he's applied for a job on our staff, and I just want to check on his resume. No, nothing special, just routine. Yeah, he's indicated that he worked in your hospital from, let me see. Yeah, June 1962 to December 1965. Yes, I was just wondering what you thought of his work. Yeah, would you give me any comment on his work in Baltimore? I see. Well, that good, huh? Highly respected. I see. No, that's enough. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Yes, operator, I'd like to call Milwaukee, Wisconsin, please. Yeah, the Angel of Mercy Hospital. No, I don't have the number, but when you reach the hospital, I want to talk to the director of personnel, please. Yes. Yeah, here, I have the change. Hello. Yeah, is this the Angel Mercy Hospital? Yes, I'm calling about a Dr. Katz. Yes, he's listed at your hospital on his resume. That's right, K-A-T-Z. Well, according to his references, he was accredited to your staff.
Hi, Ella.
Hi, Zach. You busy?
Yeah, you bet I'm busy.
The man with the eyes. Did you at least see him? D. Gray?
No.
Where?
You remember the guy Laura told me about.
All right.
Well, he grabbed me. But by then it was too late. Laura was gone.
Never mind him. Your sister's got to be here somewhere.
You may never mind him. He's probably got my wife. I want that guy, Robert.
Yeah, I know, mate, I know. First things first. Now, look, if her sister's here, let's find her.
All right, let's go.
Come on.
Confounded, Dan. Are we going to have a board meeting or aren't we? I don't know about you, but my time is valuable.
Edward, I told you before, Steve is stuck in traffic. We'll return to the boardroom as soon as he arrives.
Edward, relax. A little break's going to do you good.
Lee, I haven't taken a break, as you call it, in 25, 30 years. I'm certainly not about to start now. At least I can listen to my son's latest complaint. Lord knows he has an endless supply of them. Excuse me. Oh.
Hi.
You know, Steve Hardy's kept us waiting 25 minutes.
You shouldn't let little things like that bother you. It's bad for your heart problem.
I have no heart problem, thank you. I'm sound as a dollar. Well, come to think of it, that's not very sound these days, is it? Well, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah?
Oh.
Well, I happen to know you're not fine. When I ask how you are, I expect a proper answer.
What do you mean you happen to know I'm not fine?
Well, I'm not living in ignorance. I mean, you told us yourself that you had a complete physical examination. Any fool can see that something is disturbing you.
Nothing, believe me.
Well, Monica thinks differently. She's genuinely concerned about you.
I doubt that very much. And to answer your question, yes, sir, I did have a slight problem. Did have a slight problem.
Well, I can make an educated guess as to what it was. Trouble in paradise. Am I right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, come on, Alan. Don't play games with your father. I can see right through you. I mean that you and that little woman you're living with aren't exactly breaking all records in the bedroom, are you?
You really do surprise me sometimes, you know that? Let's just say that Susan is somewhat less than exciting to me these days, okay?
She no longer turns you on, right?
That's close enough.
Well, you know, it happens to the best of us. The trick is to know what to do about it.
You're about to prescribe, are you, Doctor?
Well, I'm about to tell you that any man needs an occasional diversion to put a little bit of zest back in his life. For years now, Lord knows I've taken little side trips away from your mother, and I consider that to be an absolute necessity.
Oh, I see. So infidelity's a necessity.
Well, how else do you think I've kept my spark? Not to mention my cheerful disposition. No, if you aren't getting along with Susan, why, find yourself a mistress.
Father, Susan is my mistress.
Well, I don't care what she is. If you no longer find her a challenge, find someone who is. That works every single time.
You know, I've heard of fatherly advice in my time, but this is ridiculous.
Well, I have only your best interests at heart. You never found Monica to be dull, did you?
Monica and I had a totally different gamut of problems. I'm sure you know that.
I mean behind the locked doors of your bedroom.
We fought like cats and dogs.
Oh, yes, I'm very well aware of that. But, you know, what you don't seem to realize is there's a very fine line between fighting and down-to-earth passion. Even I could see that when you and Monica were at each other's throats, you both were enjoying it. What's more, you found it exciting, didn't you?
I never realized you were such an expert on these matters.
So, just think back on it when you were slugging it out toe-to-toe.
I remember it vividly.
Good. Well, ask yourself, wasn't it more stimulating than your current nights?
My current nights?
Yeah, in your little vine-covered cottage with little Miss Muffet. Oh, good Lord, Alan. I don't know how you stand it. A woman like that would bore me to tears. Unless I'm sadly mistaken, you find her a bore, too. Don't you?
We've got to keep looking. I just have no idea where she could be, okay? You know, she could be coming out of a store, anything.
Either we've got a plan, or this is a waste of time.
Well, we've got to just keep looking. I mean, I've seen her already.
There she is.
No, that's not her. She's wearing a brown cap and suit.
Why didn't you tell us that?
Well, you didn't even give me a chance, okay?
Oh, all right,
what if scared that girl to death?
What does she look like? What is she wearing?
She's wearing a brown hat, a suit, and a coat.
Brown hat.
Guess who's leaving this afternoon?
Laura, we're
Really?
delighted. Is someone here to meet you?
Yes, my parents are upstairs, but I just couldn't leave without thanking all of you. And you especially, Dr. Weber. I'll always be so grateful.
Oh, I'm very grateful that you're well. And I know that we all wish you a lot of happiness.
We certainly do.
I'm only sorry Luke and Jackie aren't here today. I wanted to say goodbye to them, too.
Well, I can say it for you if you like.
I told them I would, too.
Well, thank you. Thank you all. And Dr. Weber? Yes? I hope you find your Laura.
So do I. We will. I'm sure we will.
And tell Jackie I hope she finds her Laura, too.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell her that. Come on, Laura. Dr. Martins is waiting for us.
I know. Well, thank you. Thank you all.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Any luck? All right, now look, Jackie. Let's face the facts. This is a waste of time. Will you admit it?
If she's lost, then she's hiding from us. She couldn't have just disappeared into thin air.
Lucas, that's right.
I just don't understand. Why would she want to run away from me?
Hello. Am I talking to the personnel director at the Flower Hospital in Detroit?
Yes, you are. Can I help you?
Well, I hope so. This is Sister Teresa Benedicta at Mercy Hospital in Port Charles, New York. Dr. Katz applied for a position in our staff, and I'm just running a routine check on his references and resume.
I remember Dr. Katz very well.
Oh, good. Well, according to my information, Dr. Katz was credited with being with your staff from April 1974 to August 1976. Is that correct?
Sounds right.
Oh, good. Would you care to give me a few comments on his work?
I'd be happy to. I'm sure our chief of staff and anyone who worked with Dr. Katz would give him nothing but the highest of praise.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
However, those dates you mentioned don't sound right. Let me just check my file. Here we are. Let's see. Yes, I thought you had the dates wrong. Dr. Katz didn't start working at this hospital until September of 1974.
Are you sure?
Well, I have his file right in front of me, sister. He began work here on September 2nd, 1974, not the previous April.
Well, that's very strange. I mean, the information he provided us with says he started 6 months earlier.
Well, I'm sure it was just a clerical error.
Of course, yeah. But are you sure he started 6 months later than he states on his resume?
I'm absolutely certain, sister. As a matter of fact, I interviewed Dr. Katz before our chief of staff hired him.
Well, it's very strange, and there's 6 months missing from his record.
Well, as I said, I'm sure it was just a common error.
Yes, of course. Undoubtedly, he just made a mistake remembering the dates.
Quite probably.
All right. Well, thank you. You've been a great deal of help.
Well, I certainly hope so. And let me repeat, if you're getting Cy Katz on your staff, you are fortunate indeed.
Yes, he's impressed all of us most favorably. And thank you again for your help. And God bless you.
God bless you too, sister.
Sam.
Yes.
Yes, I checked with your lab and they told me I'd find you down here.
Well, what can I do for you? Sit down.
Thank you. Well, it's about a patient of Dr. Bradshaw's. I know Mrs. Paquinski, she is scheduled for surgery tomorrow, and Dr. Bradshaw, you know how demanding he is, so he's asked me to check and see if any of the pre-op lab tests are finished.
On Bokwinski?
Mm-hmm.
I remember doing some routine lab tests on her the day she was admitted, but that's all. I sent the reports of those up yesterday.
That's strange.
Well,
I think he'd order some additional pre-surgery tests.
Bradshaw rarely asks for tests on anybody.
Really? Very interesting. Thank you, Sam.
anytime. See ya.
Hmm? Oh, yes, see you.
You know, there are days when I really like being in this business. Seeing Laura Sue alcohol made me feel really good.
Oh, I know what you mean. Remember when they brought her in here and we didn't think she would make it?
She was an accident victim, wasn't she?
She was an alleged accident, Maureen. Actually, they have some reason to believe that she was run down deliberately.
Oh, how awful.
Or not. It's an area that seems to have a lot of accidents. In fact, that's why we're so eager to get the sports center started.
Well, I think everybody on the waterfront's very excited about it, actually.
Yeah?
Yes, and I haven't forgotten. I'm going to talk to Johnny about it.
Oh, good.
Johnny's your brother, is that right?
Yes, he is. Used to be a fighter. And I want to ask him if he would consider coaching for the sports center.
Oh, I hope he wants to do it.
Oh, I think he will. I really do. He's a terrific guy, even if he is my brother. No, he's really great. And he and my father are very close, and they're used to working with kids a lot. They do a lot.
Well, he's very lucky, and so is your father.
I know.
It's great when father and son are close.
Yes, it really is. And Johnny and Papa really think the world of each other.
Oh, I just realized something. You haven't met my husband.
Oh, no, Dr. Rick Weber.
Yes,
no,
the
I
famous.
haven't.
Well, we could fix that today at lunchtime. If you want to leave the hospital at lunch, we could go to Kelly's. He's having lunch there. We could eat, and then we could show you our clinic and the sports center.
Great, I love it. That's great.
All right, well, why don't I meet you, like, in the lobby when you break for lunch?
Fine.
Okay.
That'd be great.
I gotta go. I gotta get back to work.
And I'll just tell
See you.
Jessie.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Charming young lady.
Yes. Strange.
Oh, what's that, Brian?
Oh, no, Dad, no big deal. It's just that name, Johnny Morrissey, rings a bell. Waterfront kid that became a fighter. I remember Luke saying something about him a long time ago.
Look, I'm tired of this. Let's split up. Why don't you take that side, all the shops? I'll go on this side, all the shops. All right?
What about me?
Stay here. Don't get lost.
Well, forget it. I'm not gonna...
Fast.